We want to shade at least one of the small squares in the diagram so the resulting figure has exactly one axis of symmetry. Now the only axis of symmetry you could ever have is here. So that's what we need. When we've shaded them, we need there to be a line of symmetry there. So we couldn't, for example, shade that one and that one because that wouldn't have a line of symmetry, but we could shade that one and that one. And this is what we're interested in now. How many different ways can it be done? This turns out to be quite a lot of ways, so you want to try and avoid having to find all of the different arrangements. Instead, we're just going to, by the way, we have to shade one, so it's not like we can have a blank grid. So what if I shaded this one here, for example? Then I would have to shade that one to get the axis of symmetry. So those two come as a pair, and I can either shade them or not. I'll be coming back to that in a minute. If I shade this one here, then I'll have to shade that one there. So again, those two will come as a pair. I either shade them both or I don't. Then I either shade that one or I don't. And finally, I shade that one or I don't. So if I want to work out the total number of ways it can be done, I've got two options coming because obviously I could start combining them. I could say I'm going to shade those and oh, I'm going to shade that one as well. That would give me a different way of getting a line of symmetry. So for the first, I've got to say, right, am I going to shade these two blue squares or am I not? There's two options that I could take. And then, am I going to shade these two red squares or am I not? There's two options here. And what I'm going to do is multiply these two together because I could either shade the blue and red, or I could just shade blue, or I could just shade red, or I could shade none of them, although we're going to have to discount that one later on. But the idea is there, it's 2 times 2, 4 at the moment. And then I can either shade the green one or not. I'm going to times by 2 again, because when green is shaded, I could use these 4, and when green is not shaded, I could also use those 4. That's why I'm still timesing. And then finally, I'm going to times by 2 from this one as well. So that is going to give me 16. But like I said before, it also includes the ones, I mean, we can see from the answer 16 is not there, but it's going to include the scenario where I don't shade any of them. So finally, I just need to do 16 minus 1, which is 15. There are 15 different ways that I can shade this. Worst case scenario, you can just do all the shadings, but you just might miss a few, I suppose. This is a much more systematic way of doing it. Well done.